What's up, everybody? Bad Gamer popping back in. Hey, let me tell you something. David is not able to be here today, and it's such a shame because we love our keychain rants. But I thought that this would be a perfect opportunity for us to kind of do this whole thing together. We're doing Faith and Film, and I have my points right here. But I want you guys to join in on how we do what we do here. All right. First off, Galaxy Ashy Boy, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Glad you're here. As well as, I know that Tom's not going to be able to be here if he shows up at all. It's because of baseball with Junior. But I wanted to talk about Boss Baby as part of our Fever Dreamworks series. Did I put Fever Dreamworks or Dreamworks Fever series? Yeah, Fever Dreamworks. There it is. How many of you have seen Boss Baby? You know, and by the way, just so you know, it's probably going to be a shorter stream today, just because, you know, there's not two of us going back and forth. I don't know if you guys have seen Boss Baby. Boss Baby, here, let's take a look at what IMDb says about it. Commander Jellylegs, what's up? MDB, we're going to go to IMDb.com and look up The Boss Baby. And you're probably thinking, how? Yeah, 2017, you guys. Oh my goodness. 2017. This movie's 6 years old already. All right. It overall has a 50 Metascore. 50. I think you can get 100. So, is a 5 probably a rotten tomatoes type deal thing. So there's that. So yeah, it's not high on the tier list. This is why it's in the Fever Dream series. But if you have not seen Boss Baby, it is about an hour and 37 minutes long. And oh yeah, IMDb gives it a 6.3 out of 10. So not great, but we can still learn lessons about our faith through Boss Baby. How do you do that, Lem? Well, first off, we have to have a theme, right? And so I have a few themes here, but before we get into it, I need to know what your guesses are for the amount of time I've spent watching this movie for this session. I have watched the whole movie. I've seen the whole movie, you guys. I've seen the whole movie. Look at my eyes. I have seen the whole movie. Now, does that mean I've seen the whole movie today? Maybe. Maybe not. But we give you the opportunity to guess how far I got in the movie, because the person that guesses the closest without going over gets themselves a PC game. You choose the genre, I choose the game. All right? So, but you have to have your guess in before the end of my second point. All right, before the end of my second point. All right. So, are you guys ready for this? My first point. Tim has a very active imagination, right? And that's kind of the point of this movie. parts of this movie and the relationship that is or does not happen between this and the TV series and the subsequent movies. Yes, they made more than one. It was a TV series. And he has a very overactive imagination. And that really brought me to the point of perceptions and realities. All right. It's been said that our perception is our reality. But I argue that while that might be our reality, it does not make it real. Tim believes that his dad is a gorilla. Does that make his dad a gorilla? No. In that instance, he believes that his dad is a gorilla. All right. And there are some folks who have a perception of others, and it's not a reality, right? There are a lot of folks that believe their perception of those in a faith, and our faith, I can only speak to the Christian faith because that's really all I know. I know parts of and things of other faiths and other beliefs, but I know where my faith is. And that's not always somebody's reality. I believe that God has got it. But there are people that don't. They don't know that. They are not familiar with how God has us in his hands. Right? Hey, Undisclosed, how you doing? He doesn't know. He doesn't understand how. They don't understand how God's had us in his hands. So I point to my book of faith, which is the Bible, and the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. All right. The natural person does not accept the things of the Spirit of God, for they are folly to him. And he is not able to understand them because they are spiritually discerned. Right? God's got us. Exactly. Undisclosed. God's got us. Right? But not everyone sees that. Their perception is that that's not true. And for me, it's, guys, especially our students, our junior high and high schoolers, there are many perceptions out there. And if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in our God, then if that's your perception, I encourage you to stick by that. I encourage you to look more into it. Don't just believe because somebody tells you to. Right? Look into it. Question. I promise you. Question. Ask God for answers. Because as humans, some of us are going to be fallible. I know I am. You ask God for answers. And he will be faithful. Now, could that be immediately? You bet it could. Could it be 3 days? Yeah. Could it be 2 weeks? Yes, absolutely. Could it be 5 years? Yes. But I encourage you to seek those truths. He will make them known. All right? Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12 says, "For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing to the division of soul and spirit, of joints and marrow, discerning the thoughts and intentions of heart." Go to the Bible. Go to the Bible and look. Heck, there's a website that I like to go to. It's called openbible.info. That's actually how I get a lot of the information that a lot of the verses and sightings for what I do. I go to openbible.info and I'll type in, what does the Bible say about, I don't know, pets? Let's just say that, for instance. Right? What does the Bible say about love? What does the Bible say about hate? What does the Bible say about violence? Look it up. And then I'm going to tell you the secret sauce. Don't just go off the one verse or two verses that show up. Look before and after those verses, because context is important. You need to understand why that verse was said where it was. Why did God have us have that verse where it is? Look at the context. Because out of context, you can make anything say anything. All right. So my second point. Excuse me. As we get into the movie a little bit, we see the boss baby in an assembly line. Right? In a assembly line with all these other babies doing testing like he's a car, being assembled like he's a computer. Right? And some days it feels like we're nothing. Some days it feels like we're just that, right? Just a product for the masses. Nothing special, nothing unique. But that's not true. We are created as unique individual people, right? We are unique. We are, I like to say unique individuals, and I know it's redundant, but I need you to understand why it's that important for me to say it twice. All right? It's redundant. Unique individuals. Yes, you are. So, and I back that up with the book of Psalms, chapter 139, verse 14. By the way, this is the second point. If you don't have your guesses in for how long I got into the movie, which was, the movie is an hour and 37 minutes long. Then you won't have a chance to win a PC game. All right. But the book of Psalms, chapter 139, verse 14 says, I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it well. Z, what's up? All right. Let me say that again. Psalm 139, verse 14. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. You were thought out. You were planned out. Whether you believe so or not, you were. I could believe that, I don't know, I should be making $50 million a year. That doesn't make it right. Hey, what's up, Kirby? Ashy boy, what's up, Galaxy? Welcome back. This is my second point, by the way. What if you went off plan, though? Doesn't mean there's not a plan. Just because you went off plan doesn't mean there's not a plan. And if you know you went off plan, maybe think about going back on plan. Right? Absolutely, we all go off plan. Why? Because we're human and we sing. Right? Just going through something rough at school. All right, this is where we stop. You guys know the rules. Our students got something going on. We stop what we're doing. Students say, "Hey, I want to play this game." As long as it's not Fall Guys, we do that. Ashy, Galaxy, do you want to talk about it now a little bit in general? Or do you want to talk in detail later, or do you want to do both? Because I'm always down to do some Save the World and chat. Galaxy is one of my Save the World buddies. Stonewood? I guess kind of both. All right, let's go basic right now, okay? Basic right now, and then we'll do some gaming maybe later tonight for this weekend for sure, okay? So talk to me. Law that pat your back. I mean, that's a thing too. Because you are free to want to discuss or not discuss or just have somebody listen as well. Because there's a thing just that I'll do is just listen to. Missing assignments I didn't know of that weren't showing up in the grade book. The teacher told me I failed all these assignments. Oh no. Oh no. So the assignments weren't showing up in the grade book. And the teacher what did the teacher say? Really low D in math. Oh no. Okay, so did you calmly and respectfully, key words there, Galaxy, calmly and respectfully tell the teacher that they weren't showing up in the book, and then ask for the chance to show that you actually do know the material and you can do the material and you're willing to put the effort in to show the material done. Again, I forgot to ask, do you want advice? And I apologize for that, because sometimes you just want to talk. I get it. I'm sorry. We are 1000% here for you, Galaxy. Yes, but to put more stress on my back, it's the end of the year, and they said they need them back by Friday. This Friday. Okay. So, what that tells me is that you and I are going to hang out on Saturday afternoon or evening. Okay. And then I don't know how many and how long it takes to get stuff done. American schools are rough. I get it. Y'all get a lot of homework in addition to all the extracurricular stuff that you're encouraged to do. But American schools are rough like that. Let's put a plan together, Galaxy. All right? Let's you and me right now, let's put a plan together. Okay? How many assignments do we have? You said 5, right? Five assignments? Maybe more? Yeah, and because I think y'all get out in June, right? End of May, early June. Okay. So what we need to do is figure out how many assignments you have and how long each assignment would take you to do. Okay. Um, and potentially I would, yeah, if you do the math, and here's the cool part: 3 math and 1 science that is gonna have to be done in school. Okay. Oh, they all have to be done in school. All right. So, how long do each of the assignments take? If you had to put a wild guess on this, how long do each of the assignments take? An hour, 2 hours, 5 hours? Okay. All right. So the math is homework you didn't know of, right? So what I'm saying is, what is it that you have to make up? Like, what's the stuff for you to catch up? What do you have to do? And again, I'm not going to tell you what to do. An hour and a half, and how many? And you have 3 math assignments to do. All right, so hour and a half. All right, times 3. Okay, so that puts us at 4.5 hours. All right. All right. And you have to do those in school? Like, the teacher's like, you have to do that here? Oh, out of school. Okay. So 4.5 hours. Okay, so hold on. Let's concentrate on math first, okay? Because that's the big deal right now, right? That's the big problem. You have Wednesday night and Thursday night to do 4.5 hours of afternoon and evening to do 4.5 hours of math. Okay? So that puts us at 2.25 hours a night. Right? 2 hours, 15 minutes a night for math. Now let's talk about science. How long is science? How long does the science take you? You have 1 for science. We'll get back to the movie stuff in a second, folks. My baby brother needs us. Okay. So this is math. You have 1 for science. Safe to assume science will take you 2 hours. Probably at the most. depending on the science. It's going to be in school. I'm not worried as much about it because I'm in advanced science, but not in advanced class. It takes me about 10 minutes. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's concentrate. So you have 2.25 hours. You have 2 hours and 15 minutes each day after school to get your work done, to catch up on it, right? Do you have any other assignments that you still have to do after school? Like for school or for your parents or anything like that? Also, I also need to know, what time do you end up getting home from school and what time are you supposed to be in bed? Like, do your parents give you a curfew? You need to be in bed by this time. All right, so you need time for the current math homeworks as well. And how many of those are there? And are those also due? All right, so you get home at 4:45 and you got to be in bed by 9. All right. So 4:45 puts you at, if you get home at 4:45 and you work on 3 or 4 left for this week or for the year. Because that's for the year. Okay. So let's say you have to add one more assignment this week. Okay. So now you're looking at 6 hours. So that's 3 hours. 3 hours each day. Okay. So, you're looking, and if you do 3 hours, that puts you, if you get home at 4:45, grab something to eat real quick, like 15 minutes, grab something there. That puts you at 8 o'clock being done with those assignments. If you do it today and tomorrow, that puts you at 8 o'clock. Now, I don't remember what coast you're on. So if you're on the East Coast, you're already a little behind. But that still puts you at, if you started right now, 8:40 when you're done. If you're on Eastern time. If you're in Central, then you're fine. You're about to start in 5 minutes. Right? Yeah, okay, so you're about to start. All right, so that, again, that's going to put you at 8:40. So all I want you to work on today, all right, is your 2 of the ones that are past, okay? All I want you to work on today are the 2 past ones. 2 of the 3 past ones. Get those done. All right? And then tomorrow, you work on 1 of the past ones and 1 of the ones that's due this week. And then on Saturday, I'll check in. We're gonna have you're gonna have your own personal study buddy session. We check in and we'll save the world, and it'll probably be in the evening, a little bit later in the evening. I've got an event that I got to be at early in the day. All right. So I'll check in with you on Saturday. But if you're going to do the science in school, and if you break it up like that, it's going to be way less stressful than you think. Oh, I've got these 3 long assignments to do. You know what? No, you don't. You've got 2 assignments today and 1 assignment tomorrow, plus the one that's due. and then you'll be fine. Now, I would definitely include your parents in on this plan. All right? And make sure that they have an understanding of what's going on. Clue your parents in. Say, hey, this is my plan. Can you help me stick to this plan? Bro, I don't know how often you do that with your parents, but if I did that with my parents when I was your age, they would have been mind blown. Mind blown. If my kids came to me, because I have one that is still school age. If he came to me like, hey, look, this is my plan. I need you to help me stick to my plan. I'd be like, who took over your brain? All right. So let them know you and Lem came up with this plan. And that way they know, unless they're used to you coming up with plans and helping you stick to it, then fine, take credit for it. But otherwise, that way they know another adult helped you out with this plan and it might be a good idea. Or they might be like, yeah, don't listen to that guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. Here's a better plan. But also, next time, write it down. Galaxy, I don't know if you picked up one of the journals at Quake this year, the G3 journals, but those are perfect for planning out your week. Absolutely perfect for that. Because the black pages with the white ink is going to catch your attention, right? And then you could even, if you wanted to, use other glittery gel pens and color code and stuff like that. Anyway, all right. But back to Z, who said, let's see here. Nah, unknowingly. Yeah, if you unknowingly went off the plan, kind of the same thing. You were off the plan. You got to go find out what the plan was. Right? Because if you unknowingly went off the plan, that might mean that you didn't know what the plan was all along. Or you weren't clear on the plan. So, clarity. Get that clarity. I think that's super important. All right. My next point. Guys. So Tim, before he even knows the boss can talk, before he even knows the babies have a plan to take down the company that his parents work for, he sees the obvious. He knows the baby is up to something. Absolutely positively up to something. And everyone else sees nothing. They are blind to it. All right? They are blind to it. They either ignore it, or because Tim's a kid, they ignore him. I mean, honestly, a lot of us are and myself included, are lost in their own sin. You see everybody else's, but you're lost in your own. And that right there is a great deception from the enemy. Absolutely. The book of John, chapter 10, verse 10 says, "The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." So, what they're saying is the enemy, I don't know about you, but anybody I've seen try to steal something or know of try to steal something, they don't openly show all the cards. Even if it's a bank robbery, like in Free Guy, right? They don't show their faces. They cover their faces. They have face coverings, masks, so they're not ID'd, right? Anybody tries to steal something, they try to make you blind to it. If someone tries to kill you, if they want to kill you, they're not going to let you know too far ahead of time. You know? Anybody that's successful at it anyway. Right? They're not going to let you know too far ahead of time. Or they let you know way far ahead of time and you forget about it. People that want to destroy you, they're not really going to give you that much of a warning. So they keep you blind to what that is. That's what that enemy is trying to do, you guys. Right? If we look at even in Genesis chapter 3, where I believe it's chapter 3, or is it chapter 2? 93% sure it's chapter 3. Yep, there it is. Chapter 3. Now the serpent was more crafty than any other beast of the field that the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God actually say you shall not eat the tree of any tree in the garden?" And the woman said to the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit of the trees in the garden, but God said you should not eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden. Neither shall you touch it, lest you die." Nah, he didn't say that. He said don't eat it. And Eve added to it. She started deceiving herself. Right? The serpent's deceiving her. And the serpent's like, yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. Guys, it's his job. It's his career. It's his life. It's his... He doesn't want to go down alone. The devil doesn't want to go down alone. And he sees that Jesus loves us. He sees that God has made there a way for us to be with him. And he hates it. So he's going to find a way to keep us blind to what's going on. All right, you guys. I have a few more, but I'm going to call it here because I do want to see if we can pick up on this again with David next week. We'll find out. But I'm going to get out. I will see you tomorrow for a little bit of, I don't know, we haven't figured it out yet. Maybe we'll do some Guild Wars. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some Fortnite. I don't know. We'll talk about it in the Discord. If you're not in our Discord, get in our Discord. ! Discord. Hey, DK's here. Guys, if you're not in the Discord, go get in the Discord. Because, again, you've been here since the start. Aw, thanks, buddy. Again, we want to hear from you. We want to see you. Want to hear what you guys want to play. All right. Hey, thanks for being here. Jesus loves you. So do I. So do these guys. Wait. These guys, the guys that are writing in the chat right here, that comes up right here. So do these guys. Peace.